Joining me now is my top guest first tonight. I'm joined by P. Chidambaram, senior Congress leader and MP, former Union Home and Finance Minister. Appreciate your joining us, Mr. Chidambaram. The big question, the Enforcement Directorate grills your leader Rahul Gandhi. What does the Congress do? Hits the streets. The government says this is obstruction of justice. Allow the law to take its own course. As a lawyer, politician, how do you respond to that?
Complete rubbish. First, the Enforcement Directorate doesn't grill anyone. Going my experience, they ask you a couple of questions and then they have a long silence for about half an hour while I prepare the third and fourth question. Be that as it may. We have no objection if the ED follows the law. If the ED violates the law, we're entitled to protest against the violation of the law. A protest against a violation of the law is not obstruction of justice, it is furtherance of justice.
Sir, but if you think that law is being violated, this is a matter which has already been in court for a long time. You can go to the court and claim that a malified investigation is there. When you go and protest in the manner that you do, the suggestion will be that you've got, or that's the implication that the government is drawing, that you've got something to hide and therefore you're protesting.
Complete rubbish. What have we got to hide? The matter is pending in the Supreme Court. The income tax matter is pending in the Supreme Court before a bench of 2 or 3 judges. I'm appearing in the matter. So this is well known. All the facts are there in the income tax proceedings. And then there is no FIR for a predicate offence. Let the ED tell us which is the FIR for the scheduled offence or predicate offence. Without an FIR for a predicate offence or what we call a scheduled offence, there can be no case under the PMLA. So we have asked them, they are still not able to tell us which is the FIR, so in which police station is it registered.
You're referring to the Prevention of Money Laundering Act case in this matter where the ED is allegedly investigating Rahul Gandhi. But look at the chronology. You know, to use Amit Shah's words, chronology, samajiye, Mr. Chidambaram. Associate Journals that was set up by Nehru in 1937 publishes National Herald. Associate Journal runs into losses, debt of 90 crores, stops publishing in 2008. The Congress, which is then in power, gives a 90 crore interest-free loan to AJL. A company 2 years later, Young India, is set up in 2010 with Sonia and Rahul Gandhi allegedly holding 76% of that. And then YIL had a share capital of 5 lakhs, takes a loan from a Kolkata shell firm, Dotex Merchandise, of 1 crore, pays the Congress 50 lakhs to recover this debt of 90.25 crore that was given in 2008. The Congress waives the debt. YIL takes over AJL in December 2010 for just 50 lakhs and gets control of AJL assets worth 2,000 crores. And this is done without consent of all stakeholders. This is the chronology which the ED and the IT say they are investigating, which they say is a sugar-coated deal to ensure assets are transferred to the Gandhi family.
Complete rubbish. Which law is violated? Tell me. You have delved into the facts. Tell me which law is violated. Obviously, you have no answer.
The government, the prima facie, already the courts have said that there is an income tax violation.
Which criminal law is violated to invoke the PMLA? Income tax violations, alleged violations, are not a scheduled offence, not a predicate offence on the PMLA. We are now talking about a PMLA case. The income tax case is being fought in different forums and now in the Supreme Court. You were able to read out from a press release of the PMLA authority or the government. You're not able to tell me which law is violated.
Sir, the PMLA is an ongoing investigation. It's an ongoing investigation. Yeah, as of now, they may not have filed the exact charges, but they could do so on a future date. For that, they need to question Rahul Gandhi. Is the questioning itself prima facie illegal in your view?
Have you read the PMLA? Have you read any provision of the PMLA?
Sir, I have detailed...
I'm asking you a simple question. Have you read the PMLA?
Yes, sir, I have.
You have. All right. Do you know Section 2U, which defines proceeds of crime? Proceeds of crime must relate to criminal activity referring to a scheduled offence. Which is the scheduled offence? You tell us that. If there is no scheduled offence, there is no proceeds of crime. If there are no proceeds of crime, Section 3 of the PMLA does not apply. So we are asking a simple question, which is the scheduled offence and where is the FIR? Why don't you turn around and ask your ED friends, which police station is the FIR being registered, by which authority? Give us a copy of the FIR.
So you're focusing on the PMLA in the context of the Enforcement Directorate questioning Rahul Gandhi. The fact is, the government is saying, A, it was illegal for a political party to lend money for commercial purposes as per Section 29A of the Representation of the People Act, Section 13A of the Income Tax Act 1961. So the primary offences were in the context of income tax. The Enforcement Directorate has come into the picture now. They are questioning it in the belief that a Benami, just a minute sir, a Benami transaction was involving a Kolkata-based company called Dotex Merchandise.
I will not let you read from a readout.
Okay.
You are reading from a readout prepared by somebody.
By the government.
You must answer my question. Which is the offence, which is a predicate offence? Which is the offence, which is a scheduled offence? Where is the FIR?
How do you respond to, as I said, all of this is are details coming from government, loan of 1 crore from an alleged shell firm called Dotex Merchandise.
I think this is a complete waste of time. Complete waste of time. You don't know where the FIR is. You don't know what the scheduled offence is, and you're jumping to the PMLA. I am telling you, there is no FIR registered in any police station for a scheduled offence. Show me the scheduled offence, show me the FIR, and then the PMLA investigation can start. If there is no scheduled offence and there is no FIR, there is a judgment of Justice Vineet Saran in about 8th of May of 2022, which says that if there is no scheduled offence, there is no PMLA.
So therefore, in conclusion, may I sum up your argument? You're saying there is an income tax case which is ongoing, it's being heard in the Supreme Court, which you will continue to argue. Your question is, how can you question or interrogate someone under PMLA without an FIR being filed or without the detailed charges being brought out in the public domain? Am I correct?
No, you're not exactly correct. An income tax case is going on before the Commissioner, before the ITAT, and now it's before the Supreme Court. We are arguing that matter, and whatever the Supreme Court decides will be the judgment. Now, an income tax violation is not a scheduled offence. There is no scheduled offence in relating to income tax. So if there is no scheduled offence, no police agency, no investigating agency has registered an FIR. Show us the FIR and tell us which is the scheduled offence, and then of course PMLA can investigate. But where is the scheduled offence? We've been asking this for several days. Even today, they have not been able to tell you which is the scheduled offence for which an FIR has been registered by a police agency or an investigating agency.
So net, you're saying this is a fishing expedition, which is essentially to create a sort of miasma of doubt and suspicion, and thereby draw in the Gandhis to create the impression that money laundering could be involved. Am I correct?
Absolutely. You tell us which is the scheduled offence, and we will look into the schedule of the PMLA to find out if that offence is there. If that offence is there, tell us which investigating agency, CBI or Delhi Police or any other police, has registered an FIR, which is the police station. Give us a copy of the FIR, and then you please investigate under PMLA.
And you therefore deny this charge which is being made that a 1 crore loan was taken from a shell firm called Dotex Merchandise.
See, the problem is, if you read out from a government handout, you will only know half the facts.
No, is that a false? Is that falsity?
I'm answering you. 1 crore was taken as a loan and 1 crore was returned. So how can it be a shell company? How can it be a bogus transaction? It was taken by check. It was returned by check.
A 50 lakh loan is taken, the Congress party is paid 50 lakh to recover the debt of 90.25 crore from National Herald, and the remaining amount is waived off by the Congress party almost like it's a private transaction, and you say there is no offence.
Congress party, like any other lender, can sell a loan for a discount. Congress party knows that this 90 crore can never be recovered. So Congress party created a Section 25 company. Understand that. A Section 25 company and says, well, listen, this loan is irrecoverable, practically irrecoverable, and therefore we are going to write it off in our books. You please take the loan for 50 lakhs. And the 50 lakh loan, now the creditor becomes the Young India, the debtor remains Associated Journal, and every banker does it every day. Debt is converted to equity. When debt is converted to equity, there is no money. There is no money transaction. There is no money laundering.
But you're controlling more than 2,000 crore worth of assets of Associate Journal, including prime real estate.
Please don't interrupt me. By this standard, if when debt is converted to equity, every banker is guilty of money laundering.
Sir,
every day, bankers convert debt into equity.
But you end up, sir, with due regard, you end up controlling assets worth 2,000 crores.
Who is controlling? Section 25 company cannot take 1 rupee out of the company. It's a Section 25 company. No dividends, no salary, no profits. It's a Section 25 company. Please read Section 25 of the Companies Act first.
It's a not-for-profit company. So you're saying, therefore, not a single paise can go into the pockets, private the private accounts of the Gandhi family. Am I correct?
Not a single rupee can go. Not a single rupee has gone, not a single rupee will go. It is a trust. For example, I'll tell you any number of trusts. There is the Dinatandi Trust, a famous trust which runs the newspapers. There was an income tax case, but nobody alleged that this was money laundering. There are any number of Statesman is a trust, Tribune is a trust runs the paper.
Okay.
There are any number of trusts which run the paper. So Young India is a Section 25 company, which is a trust company. And not 1 rupee can be taken by anyone. Not 1 rupee salary can be taken by anyone. Anyway, there is no money to take out in the first place. And the bylaws and the rules make it very clear. And please read Section 25. Section 25 makes it clear not 1 rupee can go. A trust is now the major shareholder of Associated Journal, which publishes the newspaper. The assets remain where they are. The assets remain assets of a company. Now, when a company owns assets, it doesn't matter who the shareholder is. The company is the owner. One day you can be the shareholder. One day I can be the shareholder. But as long as the company owns the assets are in the company. Not 1 rupee dividend has been declared. Not 1 rupee can be taken out of Young India. What are we talking about? This is a laughable case.
Okay, let's leave it there. Therefore, Mr. Chidambaram, you've given a very strong defense, and you're asking the government or the Enforcement Directorate in particular to at least show you the FIR on the basis of which the questioning has been done today.
Let me complete. As of this morning,
okay,
the lawyers who are handling the PMLA, I've asked them, they say we have not been shown any FIR relating to a scheduled offence which can trigger a PMLA investigation. Please ask them to show the FIR and which is the scheduled offence and which police station has it been registered.
We'll wait and see if that happens in the next couple of days now that the questioning has happened today. Until then, Mr. Chidambaram, I appreciate you joining us and speaking to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.